Hey guys, I'm Lena Winner and I tried every single language learning app. And today I'm going to tell you which is the best one. So one of the tips that I always mention to people who are trying to learn a language is go and try to start up your basics in a language learning app. And they ask me, which one should I use? Because there's so many. And naturally you would want to use the best ever one. So I decided to make this video for you so you can finally rest assured and know which one is the actual best language learning app. Let's start with the most well-known one, and I'm gonna comment on everything that this app has along the way, so let's just get started. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have a lot of options in Duolingo, a lot of things that you can do. In Duolingo, there's also an option to see the comments of a person asking about the question and people answering, natives answering the question. As you can see, as you're filling out your answers, as you're answering their questions that they have catered to you, you can see that there are also options where you can vocalize your answer or you can type it. So one advantage to Duolingo, the fact that it encourages you to improve your reading, writing, and speaking skills. I've tested this app out in Spanish when I first learned it, and I'm testing it out right now again, all over again in Spanish, the first ever class. And here I am also showing you that I entered a Russian beginners A1 class. I tried to show you how well it also works and how you can choose either you know the language or you don't know any of it, and you can choose either option. If you choose the option that you know something in the language, you will be transported into a page that will test you on your skills. And accordingly, you would also pass the first ever level in Duolingo, which is called Rookie. Another thing that I really loved is that this app allows you to skip to any level you want. You can even skip to the last ever level. So if you feel like you're proficient enough in the first level, you can skip to the second one, or the third one, or the fourth one, or whatever the quantity of numbers there are, or levels there are. Another thing I love is the animation of the whole thing. After every single achievement that you have, I want to say, you have these little characters just popping up and telling you, go on, this is perfect, you did 5 tasks in a row, everything is perfect, you're great. Love that, and it feels really fun, and it really motivates you to keep going on and want to keep going on. After every class, they give you an overview of your overall test. So if you've completed every single question without fail, then they will give you a 100% mark. Another thing I love, which is also present in other language learning apps, which we'll see in a minute, they have streaks, which I love. And it's just really nice to look at. Like, I've been learning this language for a week, I've been learning this language for 2 weeks, and I've also mentioned this in one of my previous videos, is that people actually see this as a challenge now, as a fun challenge. It's become a trend on TikTok as well, on the internet overall, to have like 600 plus day streaks. And also a fun little thing that they have is they have this club, like a society, for the people who have surpassed a 1-year streak, so 365 days and you're in. And again, it's just a really good app, and it's popular for a reason. It's used by many people, by millions of people, and that's amazing. And I feel like it justifies it. Moving on and moving strong, we have Busuu. So as you can see on the screen right now, you, as Duolingo as well, you have 2 options. Either you know nothing about the language, you speak no words, or you know some. And accordingly, they transport you in a page that will either test your skills or introduce you to the language. So what happens is, when you first enter the introducing yourself to the language, they don't teach you sentences, they introduce words. So you'll have, as you can see on the screen right now, you have words, and there's actually a little clip of a person saying it. And after the class, you can also overview your lesson, and it actually is really good because it basically just gives you a list of words that you've learned in that particular class. And it's pretty amazing because after you're done with the class, you can write it all down in your dictionary, and it just gives you like a list of words, and it's pretty comfortable to just kind of take it from the app and transfer it to paper. If you have Premium Busuu, you can download your lessons, which is amazing. I feel like it's just a really great feature to have. Busuu is a lot more straightforward than other language learning apps that I've seen. This app also has streaks, which I love. I also adore the true-false questions. I feel like it's really similar to Quizlet. When I'm learning words on Quizlet, I just love the true-false questions. Love the community option. I love it. There is an option where you can record your speaking skill, post it on there, and someone, a native, would correct you either it's wrong or right. It actually reminds me a bit of Italki, because it also has this community option. Moving on with Babbel, I do think that it's kind of not enough in a way that it would be nice if there were streaks. What I do love though is the fact that every single word has an audio to it, so you can hear it being said. I would love the option to replay the audio because you can only hear it once, which I did not like. I loved that you can get courses with actual people, with actual natives. Another thing I loved is that they offer audiobooks from their own website. I love that. I love the fact that you can get them in the actual app and not a third-party app, and it's really easy to use, which I love. It's very straightforward. You enter the app, you already start learning. It's amazing. I feel like this app is definitely missing some stuff. I would love the app to be improved. Would I use it if it was presented to me? Probably if I already had other stuff going on and I wanted something to support my learning language process. I like it, but I don't love it. Moving on with Mondly. Mondly is great. It has a great format. Love the fact that you have different topics that you can tap on, and there's like a bunch of classes on those topics. You can choose grammar topics, you can choose traveling, you can choose romance, books, anything. It's just really great. It has streaks. I love that you can tap on any word that can be conjugated and you can see all the conjugation. Even in the 5 seconds that I've reviewed this app, I've learned something and I love that. Definitely a great option for traveling people or a person who has a specific goal, why they want to learn the language. I love the fact that you can track your progress. I love that as well. It's amazing. I love it. I actually did not expect it to be this way. And even if you don't pay for a subscription, it's still amazing and it's still great and it still works just fine. It doesn't limit anything. Love that. I love that. So yeah. Okay, so the last app that I reviewed in this series of apps was FluentU. I've actually mentioned this app before and I've told you how great it is. And to be honest, it is great. It is absolutely different from any other apps that we have encountered in this video. It relies, not solely, but does rely mainly on videos. Okay, so in the time that I've learned, I love the fact that you can search up any word and they'll give you like a whole essay on that word. It gave me like a whole video on how to pronounce the word, on how to, and you know, what intonation to use in that word. And you can learn through like movie scenes. Honestly, I don't have much to say about FluentU just because it is so not anything that we've seen before. It is different. And as I've said in Babbel, I don't think that this exact language learning app should be at the top of your list in priorities. I don't think it's the only thing that you should rely on when you're learning a new language. I don't think that it's the only thing that you should use when you're learning a new language. Do I think that you can learn a lot of grammar from there? I don't think so. I think it would be more like, I have a tutor and I'm learning grammar with that exact tutor, my tutor. But I would also love to hear people talking, like natives talking, people from movies talking. And I would love to, you know, learn new words, learn new phrases, learn new slang words, and perhaps learn how to use an exact specific word. So I think that's a good way to kind of take advantage of that app. I do understand that this app is meant to give you an example from movie scenes or from actual natives talking or from cartoons and everything. So in the category of language learning apps overall, and not just language learning apps with videos or clips from movies and scenes from TV shows, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, so this is my review. I feel like it's just really interesting to see that there are a lot of different approaches. Now I do want to say, you have to watch this video to understand which one is the best one, because you have to choose from my reviews and from what I've told you as facts. I've tried to incorporate the least amount of my opinions and more facts, so you can see which is the best one for you. Because I know that different people are choosing and wanting to choose different things. I know that people don't just want one straightforward thing. They want different approaches. Perhaps you want to learn a language through movies because perhaps you already know the grammar, so you just want to support your language learning by learning it with movies. Perhaps you want grammar. Perhaps you want fun. So there's a lot of options for that. So yeah, I think I've compiled a good list of apps, a good diverse list of apps from different categories and branches. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!